Okay, so we are here, and I'm so excited that you all are here with us. We are here to talk about our biggest transition tips going into the spring summer 2022 season. Get my handy dandy notes here so I make sure we touch all the points that we want to get to. Um, April Cordova was going to be speaking on booking parties and stuff, but I am taking over because she is a bit under the weather. That's okay. So spring and summer is my favorite season. I know I'm like the oddball. Most people like fall, winter, but spring and summer is my favorite. I love the fruity and the clean, and it just feels like a fresh start and makes me happy. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna jump right in. I gotta make sure I'm paying attention to this waiting room. Um, so basically, when you are transitioning from fall, winter to spring, summer, any transition time, you want to try to book as many parties as you possibly can. Every catalog change, this is something that I've done since I became a consultant almost 4 years ago. I rewrite my list of 100. I have not done it yet, but that is on my to-do list to get done this week. Believe it or not, if you're working your business consistently, you would be surprised at the people that you meet within a 6 month span, like new customers from parties, people you meet from, like, if you boost posts on Facebook, things like that, you would be surprised at the new people that you meet. So I do that at every catalog change. Something that I like to do is I will post a link for the flippable catalogs that we have. I'll post that in my VIP page or on my personal page, and I will ask them if they could pick one product in the catalog for free. Which would they pick? That's not out of compliance because I'm not offering anything for free, like publicly. I'm just asking a question. And then once they tell me, like, I'll ask them to screenshot it in the comments, and then I'll message them and try to use that as a way to book the party, tell them they can get it for free with host rewards personally. So it's not out of compliance. We're always staying in compliance. Um, Another thing that we came up with we had like a director chat, and what we said to do with the flippable catalog was they can pick their favorite product, and you can do a drawing in your VIP group. Now remember, you have to be careful the way you do this and stay in compliance. You cannot publicly post giveaways even in a VIP group. Even if it's private, it's still technically out of compliance. But I think you can do it on a Zoom though. I'm like 99% sure if it's on a Zoom, you can talk about it like openly. You just can't do it on a live or on like a post. I'll make 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure that's okay. And yeah, so different type of parties you can have. People don't really do home parties anymore. I am somebody who used to love home parties. I am a social butterfly and a people person. And I feel like I have like a greater impact when I'm in front of people. I actually used to pride myself for not being that stereotypical like Avon lady home party, but people don't really like to do that anymore, especially with COVID happening. People try to, distance themselves. So I do a lot of online parties. Visily is life. If you've not tried it yet, you need to let me or Andrew or one of your director know, because there is a Visily group that you can be added to. And there's a ton of tips on how to learn how to use it. I feel like it's pretty user friendly. It's very time consuming, but it's not, like I said, I'm not very tech savvy. So if I can do it, I feel like pretty much anyone can do it. Sorry, let me make sure I get people muted. Okay. And then another way to party is, I just tried this last week and I had 2 people book, and they're still actually, like we said, the little challenge for this past weekend for the what was it? It was like a little graphic for like a text party, I guess, where they get a 6-pack of wax. I made a post in it. I'm sorry, I'm like jumbling all over the place. I made a post on my Facebook that said, if you could get a 6-pack of wax for $15 and a mini warmer for free, would you? Something like that. And when I would write them back, I would send them this graphic. And if they can find 8 friends who want a 6-pack of wax, they get those host rewards for that. I had 2 people book, and they actually are still hustling to get orders to close it out. Super easy way for them to do it. All they do is write down their cents, their friend's cents, and their name and number. And I contact them myself to finalize the order. I'll send them an invoice through PayPal Business. Another way to party is you can do a bag party. I used to do a lot of those when I first joined with the testers. I haven't done one of those in a while, again, COVID, but I actually did order, I haven't done it yet, but I did order 2 transitions kits for the testers, because I plan on trying to like kind of roll those out again if I can. And then a catalog party. I do these a lot also, where I'll send just a catalog with like samples, a scent circle. I'll put a few like stickers in there. If I have body samples, I'll like washi tape them in there, and they collect orders just by people flipping through the catalog. I'll also have like a barcode, excuse me, like a barcode sticker that takes them directly to their party link. So the people can just scan the party and be able to order directly from my PWS off of the host party link. And I think that's it. I mean, I'm sure there's a million other ways to party, but that's all I can that I got at the moment. And then we're going to have Mariah talk to you guys. She has a lot of cool stuff that I am not going to spoil the surprise for. So
thank you, Emily. Okay, so I just want to so I'm just going to start by letting you guys know that you guys always have to try to always be prepared. I keep these little packets on hand. I have this little stamp that has my name on it and everything that I got from Sezzle or Sazzle. Literally what comes in here is like a little lotion, a scent circle, some samples. I get these little sample things and I make my own samples of like Scentsy soak that people wouldn't try. I've literally just put in just a little tiny sample of one of the new fragrances. I put in a little card, and then I make these flyers on Canva. I print them out as 4. They're really cool. It takes me about half a day to make these, but it's really cool. It literally explains like my thank you and like my why and my favorite products, because you definitely want to know your catalog. You definitely want to know what we're selling. You definitely want to, like, if people ask you questions, you want to be knowing what we're selling. Like if you go to page 24, you can put little stickers on each, like all the new scent stickers, you can add them to just this page. I literally wrote on here to go to page 24 and to scratch and sniff. I try to keep these on hand for like when I'm at restaurants, if I'm out and about, like literally anywhere you go, you just want to hand these out and let people know like about the Scentsy opportunity, let people know that we what we offer and what we have, because you never know what people don't know, that like a lot of people don't know about Scentsy. So if you have these, just try to get them out of your hands. Try not to keep them with you. Try to make at least 25, like maybe even a month. If you don't have, like, just try to make 25 of those in a month. Literally, I print this out. You can also get like, you can find, I think that if you go to flyers on Scentsy, that some people have these that you can literally just change your name, your logo, and add yourself and kind of customize it to yourself, but you don't have to make it yourself. This was my fall and winter. They're both similar, but they're different. Like I kind of wanted this to be more bright, you know, because it's summer, and that's basically it. I use these little clear envelopes. You can use these to mail out. They're super cheap. I think it's like $16 for 200 on Amazon. If you can, I print everything out like on my own. You can go to like Office Max. I think everybody has like their own ways that they print out, but the cheapest way that I figured it out is to get my own printer, buy my own ink. I buy these stuff. So these I buy at, like, if you have Sam's or Costco, it's way cheaper to buy it there than to buy it at Michael's. These papers, this is just cardstock. I don't use like regular paper because it's kind of thicker. So I definitely use cardstock. It's super cheap if you get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. basically that's all I have to tell you guys is just try to be prepared. You never know who you're going to run into, and you can always just hand these out. Like if you're at a restaurant, I mean, you're thanking your server anyways, just hand them one of these. You never know how much they're going to like that scent circle, or how much they're going to enjoy that this fragrance that you give them. So definitely just hand them out. If you can even like set up a goal, like try to keep 10 on hand and try to get them out of your hands. I mean, it's definitely worth it, and you never know who's going to order.
Just to add to that, I was a server for a majority of my life. I actually worked at B-Dubs until we shut down for COVID, and I never went back. But sorry, somebody's in the waiting room. But the restaurant area is definitely a hot spot for some Scentsy that I used to get probably an extra $200 to $500 a month in sales between the servers there and the customers. I used to hand out packs, just like she said, to like customers. Like I'd have a day where I was like, I had a whole bunch of extra samples that I needed to get rid of. So I just hand them out to every single table that I had that night. And I definitely got orders. So restaurant is where it's at for them. But now Andrew is going to hop on here.
Hello.
What was it? Exposure. That's Andrew's topic.
What's up, y'all? So I guess I'm going last. So I'm probably going to repeat a lot of the things that everyone else just said, but obviously going to put my own spin on it and what works for my personal business. So first, before I really get into exposure, I want to first say that if any of you all super new, like still certified consultant, still, yep, okay. Here's the thing, don't go broke buying all this stuff. For a transition, you do not have to have all the fancy things. Of course, you know, some of us super bougie people, we want all the fancy nice things. Don't spend more money than what you're making. Confession time is that I did not buy one catalog for the new season, and I did not buy one set of transitions or transition testers. And I plan on having just as strong of a transition month as everybody else. So here is some of the things that I'm doing, and how I am trying to, within like the past, pretty much all of 2021, I tried to make myself have a no contact business and I guess just like a strictly online business. I'm now trying to take that and add grow to that and move that to a no paper business also. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm really, really going to try to push that into that direction. But so moving forward from that, you do not have to have all these fancy things. And most of the things that I'm going to say is free, is absolutely free. And why my topic is called exposure is if your customers do not know, number one, that you sell Scentsy, they can't buy from you, right? If your customers do not know that we have a new catalog coming out, they still think that we're selling all these fall and winter scents. If your customers do not know about these new warmers, they're not going to buy the new warmers, right? Like we can all agree on that. If they don't know, they can't buy it. Kind of like, you know, we have this saying too, if they can't smell, they won't buy. Similar to that as well. But the first thing is that I had written down in my notes is kind of like what Mariah just said. Those packets are excellent. And whenever I first started off, I really did those a lot. And do not underestimate the power of having one of those packets on hand 24/7. They are beneficial. There are ways you can cut corners and make them, you know, yourself. Go and in the comments, I posted the Make Sense Facebook group, the actual name of it. Go there and look. They have all kinds of cool things in there, and I think there's also a video. If you type in product sheet, there's a way to fold your product sheet into making an envelope out of it, to where you can get by without having the sleeves if you don't want to spend the extra money for that too. But so kind of like what Mariah said too, like I said, I'm going to be repeating some of this too, is know your stuff. You have to know your stuff. You have to know what scents is coming out. You have to know what these scents actually smell like. So if you did not buy a transition set, or if you did not buy the kit that had all the scents in it, find a friend, find somebody who did get that, and ask them what each one of those scents smelled like. If you catch one of your friends on Zoom and they're smelling all of these different scents, write it down exactly what they say. So that way, whenever you go to your customers, you may not have smelled that scent, but you know exactly what that smells like in layman's terms, like in the way that we actually talk to people, not that it smells like, you know, the actual description. You're able to give people an actual real life definition of what that smells like. And Alexa said, ask your upline what it smells like too. We do not care at all to share that with you. But going back to the exposure part, is a new catalog release, in my opinion, is the exact same thing as getting an LTO. I handle it the exact same way in my business. I first start off by emailing everybody in my workstation. I email every single person, letting them know we have a new catalog. But sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But sometimes I will link the flippable catalog, and sometimes I'll ask people to message me back and let me know if you want a flippable catalog, because that creates a one-on-one conversation with that specific person. Okay. Number two thing that I do is I go to my VIP group and I go live. So if you are not somebody that likes to go live, pre-record yourself, upload it, and then upload it right around 4:30 when your customers get off work at 5 o'clock, because usually that's when people get off work. They're going to see that. They're going to see that it's a video. They're going to think it was a live, and they're going to catch it and they're going to rewatch it anyway. But whenever you go live, talk about the new catalog. Be excited. If you are not excited, your customers are not going to be excited. The more energy that you bring to this, the more outcome that you're going to get. So as well as emailing customers, I always try to text or call my customers. And that goes back to what Emily was saying about your list of 100. Your list of 100, you should be on a first name basis with each one of those people. You should have all of their phone numbers in somewhere where you can call them, somewhere you can text them. I try my best to text or call every single person on my list of 100 with an LTO. And I'm treating this like an LTO. So sorry, I just said that. Same thing as transition. The difference in an LTO and a transition, though, is LTO, only specific people are going to like it. Transition, this is for every single person. Going back to the flippable catalog, Emily just answered that there should be one in the group page. I know there's one in the Gold Digging Go Getters page. I'm sure that if you all are under April, if she's your SSD, I'm sure there's one in that group as well. The last thing I put in my notes is, this is still the 25th. Don't forget about this month. Don't forget about all the things that you can still conquer in the remainder of this month. We set yourself up. Strong sales toward the end of the month for me typically mean that I can carry that out. I kind of build a momentum. Don't allow yourself to start sleeping right at the first of the month. Continue going. Letting your customers know that we have all these new things coming will also could possibly help you with a last chance first glance party. And I think everyone should know what I'm talking about a last chance first glance party. Go ahead and get one of those set up. Now is the perfect time to do that. I would go ahead and start reaching out to everyone that I possibly could now to go ahead and get those set up last 2 days in the month and moving forward to the first 2 days of the new month. But that's kind of all I got, guys. Kind of short and sweet for me, because normally I'm like super long-winded, I feel like. But I don't think that I missed anything. So Emily, back to you.
I just thought of something that we had in our notes because Lisa just shared it in the chat. She said, share and sell every day, work your business daily, schedule it in your day. And that reminded me of something that we had in our notes of showcase. Well, this was more towards the new catalog, showcase a new item every single day, but you should do that anyway, like at least Monday through Friday. I know weekends get hectic. I personally try to work very, very little on the weekends, but Monday through Friday, you should try to showcase some sort of Scentsy item every day. And you want to make sure you're trying to be like, you're sharing something, you're not selling it. Like how you would if you went to Target and you just found like a super cool thing at Target, or you're watching Yellowstone and Yellowstone is the greatest show because it literally is. If you're sharing something like that, to try not to be salesy about it, if that makes sense. But I think that's all we did have. Oh, and follow up. I'm looking at our notes. Follow up is like everything. Follow up is the fortune is in the follow up. So customer service and doing follow up, that is how you get repeat customers. That's how you get people to join you. When you have a party, and I'm not always the best at this neither. I'm not, I don't want to sound like I'm like speaking like I'm up on a high horse. I know for a fact when I'm consistent with it, it works. When you have a party, that should not be the last time those people hear from you is when they're ordering from their friend's party. You should be reaching out to them, checking in with them, make sure they're okay. I mean, I don't try to be like a weirdo, but try to like find out about their life. You know what I mean? Try to be friends on Facebook. If you become friends with them on Facebook and you see their daughter got married, you know, say congratulations. If they got a new puppy, talk about their puppy, you know, try to build those relationships with those people. That's where your repeat customers come from. And that's where your, you know, your recruits will come from eventually. And we want to be that like light, like Scentsy is meant to be a light in people's life. So we want to be that person who's checking in on people and just a positive light in their social community on the social media. Me and Lisa literally have the same brain right now.
So taking from what Emily just said, we're not following up, or we're not commenting on people's posts. We're not liking their posts to get a sale. We're doing that to build a relationship with them. The relationship comes first. The business will come second. It will always follow, because the more that you are interacting with that person, the more the algorithms are going to help work with you. And the more that person is going to start seeing your things too, which means the more interaction they're going to have with you, which means the likelihood of them seeing all of your things on Facebook is so much likely.
There is a baby talking to us.
I'm pretty sure that's Leo, and I think that's Amanda. There we go. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I don't mind hearing the babies talk, y'all. Lisa said, also a follow-up, when you're doing samples, make sure you're following up after you're giving samples, because otherwise you're just giving a product away for free. You got to check in with them. Even, I mean, obviously we're in the business of sales and that's how we make money, but you should also like genuinely want to know how they feel about that. You know what I mean? Like you genuinely want to know about what's going on in their life. And if they liked the sample of the Coastal Sunset cleaner you just sent them, I'm just coming up with something off the top of my head. Those are things that set you apart from everybody else. Like everybody says like it's oversaturated and all that stuff, but when you're doing those things, that sets you, not everybody works their business the way that they could work their business. And those things set you apart from them going to somebody else and getting something. I keep raising my hand and the thing's telling me I'm about to raise my hand on Zoom. Alexis said the baby had some good points.
And kind of like what Emily just said is they're going to go to somebody else. So if you're not sharing the new things, if you're not telling people all about the new things, those people that you find to be, past customers of yours, they're going to go the easiest way that they possibly can to get the new things. Customers are similar to water. They're going to go the easiest path that they possibly can. So make sure that, you have that information. You're being bold about it. You're not being too salesy. You're remembering to share. And I know that sometimes that's a fine line when it comes to all the new things, because we want to share all the new things, but do it more in a tasteful, more personable way. And you should have success.
Yeah, and start following people. Katie said something I want to make sure that I say, but start following people. And like, for example, people that I like to follow is Chloe Cox. Everybody knows that I'm obsessed with Chloe Cox. Stacey Barringer, Chelsea Otto, those type of people. They're very, very good at sharing Scentsy as a lifestyle and not being salesy. They're like queens. Also, Katie Harris said, and I also do this, at the end of every party, I always post my VIP page for future sales. I make it into a game, like the first person to come into my group and invite their friends, gets a prize from me. And then the prize is like she'll mail them a Send Circle that costs 1 stamp, get a 6-pack with Host Rewards. Excuse me, sorry. I also do that. I'm trying to see something else. Yeah, she said basically what we said. So yeah, do you have anything else, Andrew or Mariah or anyone? Nobody get off yet. I see people starting to dwindle. Don't get off. We need a picture. Everybody turn their cameras on. Because I have 6 faces right now and a bunch of black screens. Ooh, look at that mask, girl. Looking fierce.
I had to do something while I was doing this.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Multitasking.
Just kidding.
Really quick while we're on, and I see Kiki because this just popped in my head. Kiki,
Okay.
what were you watching today on your Facebook page? Because I've seen that you were doing some kind of training, and it was like
it's
fire.
I think it's a lady I just randomly found on Instagram. Crap, what was her name? Jessica, wait, something Star. I know. Hold on.
The
let me
Jessica
see what-
Star.
Jasmine Star. She literally, it just randomly popped up on my Instagram. Stop taking pictures of me while I look like an ogre. She popped up on my Instagram, just doing like motivational things. And I know I've been slacking. And give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
It's okay. You can, if you don't mind, to just tell me later, and then I'll share with everybody, so that way we all have it.
I sure will.
Okay.
I can do that.
It was just fire, and I feel like everybody should have it because I watched like 5 seconds of it, and it was so good. So
It really is. If I could share the link, then I'll share it with you. And then everybody can go back and watch the video. It's awesome.
okay, sorry for that brief interruption, everybody. So
Oh, it's all right. I think that's all we got. I'm excited that we kept this at 35, well, really 30 minutes because we didn't start till 9:05. So that's the goal. When we do all consultant Zooms, we're going to try to keep them short and sweet because we know time is money and time is precious from your family. So I'm excited with the way this turned out. All right, I'm going to hit stop record.